Have you come down yet?
Yes.
And where are you?
I'm inside a big crystal, looking out from inside a crystal.
Oh, very nice. Are you there alone?
Yeah, I'm going to travel in this crystal.
Very good. And what is your destination?
Pleiades.
Oh, very good. And who are you?
I'm bringing you a message.
Ah, very good. And your message is coming from the Pleiades, or you're headed to the Pleiades?
I'm heading there first.
Ah, very good. And what is the message that you're taking to the Pleiades?
The message of remembrance. The importance of remember and to wake up and to remember all the energy that you ever have been. I will put out that you not only have been on this vibration once, but you all have been here many, many times. And you have not only been here as a two-legged individual, you have been everything that ever have lived. You have been a tree, you have been the grass, you have been the animals many, many times. And now it's time for you to use this experience from this search or this knowledge you gained to higher vibrations for everybody to come along for this ascension you're doing for the moment. You are going to be so much more than you ever could imagine. You are going to raise your consciousness, and you are going to be able to remember all that ever happened to you. But it is also very important to use this knowledge in spreading the love to yourself, to everything you touch, to everything you encounter in your life. Bring forward the love, the only thing that will raise you to the right vibration and to the right density. And all your knowledge will be clear for you. And for many, many of you have already taken a great leap to that consciousness. And there are so many of your star people, of your cousins, we all are relatives. All are relatives. It's important to remember that we all are related to each other through our experience, through our meetings. I am your cousin, you are my cousin, we are one. You are my brother, I am your brother. And we all are connected to It's important to remember. And you're getting help from so many of our star friends, star people. It's coming in through this reality you're living in. Many of you have decided to leave this reality to be able to help in a better way. And that is a good thing. Many of you have decided to stay where you are and help the way you can. And that's also a good thing. And it's going to get faster and faster and faster. And for many of you, it's accelerating really fast. And don't be afraid, everything is going to be good. Take this into your being, the knowledge that you are love, the knowledge that you are a part of everything that has ever been and will ever be. Just try to remember. I'm leaving you with this message.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Can we bring forward another messenger who would like to address us here on the earth? That message was for the Pleiades and then meant to come to the earth, or?
It's for all living energy in the universe.
Very good. And does the messages that we put on our internet here on the earth, are these messages spread throughout the universe as well?
Yes, everything you do with a good intention is spreading over not only this universe, it's spreading through the source out to every part of every universe.
Ah, very good.
And it's increasing in intensity. And it's felt by many that you are connected to.
The vibration of this particular realm, as it rises, it will never lower again, will it?
It will not be possible for you that have risen up to become anything less than you are. You are not able to go back again in that frequency that you earlier hold. It will not be possible.
Very good. After this shift, the frequency, the lower frequency that some are holding, their energy will be directed in which direction in terms of expression?
If you're trying to hold on to a lower density and lower frequency, then you perhaps will decide to leave this lifetime and to start over another time and another place. But there will be not many of that kind. And all your other beings are already rising to a higher frequency.
Will there be a critical mass Or that's not how it works?
It's not exactly how it's worked, but we understand what you're going with that question, and we can say that it's gradually will change, and it will not be some sudden that will be affecting in a big way, like it will not be some kind of explosion or something like that. It will just gradually fade away, like you turning down the volume on a radio slowly, just fade away. And all the other that have risen will be able to make new choices for how they want to express themselves in the future. And you will be have much more knowledge of what you are capable of doing, because everything that you've earlier in your different life have taken into you as knowledge, and you will be able to see that, and you will be able to handle that in a very different way, that in the way you came into this existence on the planet.
Understood.
So there will be no limits for what you will be able to choose to do.
Well, here our expression is linear, so will we go through a series of technological differences and changes that will enhance these higher states, or?
You have already been there before. There have been a higher frequency on this planet in linear time several thousand years ago.
Was she called Terra then? Expressed as Terra?
That was one of the names, yes.
Alright, continue, I'm sorry.
There's also a time when your ancestors were in a very much higher frequency than you are in now. And that you were, as we can say, attacked or invaded by beings and an energy that didn't have the best for their eyes. They have their own interest and focus.
And was allowed because of this is a free will zone?
Yes. And they did this through your then elite, by kings, by emperors, and by what you called gods. And so it spread and dampened the frequency and brushed away the knowledge you were able to access for the moment.
Is their time of dominance come to an end with this frequency rise?
They have not been so dominant for a very long time now. I think you have seen the result of this, as you call it, last couple of years. And now its vibration is going into a higher and higher frequency. And more of you are going to be aware of this. And it's happening every moment, every second, in every time and everywhere.
In the forever moment of now?
Yes.
Well, I'm still alive and recording.
Yes. You are also very much aware what's going on and what what it's needed to improve everything that has been sleeping for so long time. And you're doing great work with that.
I believe that the biggest lie that has ever been told is that we are separate from God and from Source and from Prime Creator, and we are one with Prime Creator, and we create everything with what we think and what we believe and what our intentions are, and from a loving space, of course.
That is the way they try to divide you from each other, by telling you that you're not connected, that you're not able to love in the right way. They try to focus your energy into different religions that were there only to control you. And many people from the elite in different ages on this planet have inherited that knowledge to keep your people in order of being some kind of slaves to them. And that are not longer possible because people is waking up. And it's not going to be allowed to go back to that state anymore. It will never return to what it was.
So, technologically, we will develop as well, or will our energy get to the point to where we can do the way the civilizations long before this one, where they had a higher vibration to be able to do things such as levitating or apparating from one place to another with the thought, with the simple thought. Is that?
Yes, you have had this knowledge before, many years ago, and when you awaken, the knowledge will be known to you again, and all wonderful thing you can do with it, as long as you do it in the right attention to spread this message and to bring the love that coming from the source, that you are a big part of. You people are so many times trying to make you much smaller, and you don't think you are important, but you are a God. What you can call a God spirit.
Understood.
All of you beings are that.
Understood. And I see you say gradual, so I keep sort of asking, I'm throwing the same question out there over and over, but I love the way it's developing. Technologically, well, we won't need, once we raise to those vibrations where our body can handle them, when we can do things as such. But you say it's a gradual, so will there be any technology that will manifest in the process before we get to that place? Because we always think of things here
you will
linear.
all be aware of what you've already been aware of, that all the technology that you eventually need would be more or less than you need now, because all of you are going to be able to heal yourself, heal each other. You all will be able to create your own energy. You will not be so dependent of technical solution.
Understood. I totally understand what you're saying, and that's you couldn't have put it any better. So I'm thinking now, once again, everything here is just where this is a linear expression. I'm sure that you're aware of. I'm sure. So in our lifetime, in Hank's lifetime, in Lars' lifetime, the shift that's happening, and we know it's happening gradually. But will we experience it ourselves, or will our bodies die off and then come back and experience it?
So many of you manifest in this time will be able to go through this extension you're going through and be able to access that knowledge long before your time is running out. And then you also will be able to prolong the time you can stay in this stage. You'll be able to heal yourself and will not die in the sense you're thinking of death now.
Totally understand, and that's exactly what I've always believed, and I've written about it, and I claim it, and this is one of the best sessions yet. Okay.
I hope and I know that you do everything you can to bring this forward, and it will spread like rings on the water when you throw a stone in. And the waves from the rings will grow, and they will reach further and further and further, and for every spark you ignite, then 10 other sparks will ignite. So it spread exponential, I think you call it.
Yes.
And it will just go faster and faster. And if you're thinking linearly, then we can take this in a 5 years time span before you're really aware what's happening. This year is an important year in the fact of that many people are in conflicts, and most of them will end this year, 2016 you call it.
The conflicts will end.
Yes.
Very good.
It will come to an end because the understanding is rising, and they will acknowledge that there are no need for that conflict to exist anymore. And it will fade out. And you are getting help for this all the time from all your space relatives. And they're coming in bigger and bigger amounts in form of different energy, supporting this transition into another frequency. Because they're coming with love, and the thing you're sending out now is that you're feeling love, you want to feel love, and you will be a part of the creation again.
Amazing.
And also a part of what we call the source. There is really not a name for that, but some call them God, some call it creation.
Prime creator, some call it.
Yes, there are many names.
The force.
Yes.
One of my favorite.
You can call it whatever you want, but it is love. Unconditional love and nothing else. It's hard to understand sometimes that there is such thing, but there are, and you are going to feel it more and more. When you meet in the future, you will smile and recognize each other. You will feel the connection, and you will feel the love. And it's a wonderful thing. And you don't need to talk so much, because you know.
Really interesting. I used to make, I haven't been making as many, writing as many poems, and I feel like I've said so much, or just saying the same thing over and over. But I do like what's been coming up of late. Um,
You have ignited so many sparks and are still doing that in many different ways, and are going to do that in the future in many different ways. We can see that your audience, if we call them that, the people you connect to, is spreading this message you're spreading. And like I said, it's like rings of water. Just grow and grow and grow.
our connection to the universe is understood on a smaller level in terms of thinking so universally, well, or maybe still thinking universally, physical universally, or dimensional universally, the extraterrestrials that are connected with myself and with Lars. I
Yes.
could you speak on that connection and relay any information that we may not seem to be of remembering or getting from you in our meetings, in these councils?
You have made this contract with yourself that this time you will really help in the way that it's needed to be helped on this reality. And out in the universe, everything is energy and vibration, and the way you perceive things now in this density will change. You will see another form of connection, another form of communication, that you are not longer dependent of distance or where you are. Your energy will reach wherever you want it to reach. I'm on the Pleiades and you are on Earth, and we connect with no problem and should not even need to use language to perceive this. We can use, as we always have done before, we can do it telepathically, an instant. There is no distance. There is no far away. There is here and now. And if you decide to be there and then, you can. And you, as person, and Lars, as his person, are aware of this, but not totally remember, because you came in this reality with no remembrance, but it's in your genetic code, and it's our wakening up, and you will soon be able to see and perceive in a totally different way, and it's have already started, and you are aware of that, but you are not sure of what you receive. You will not trust yourself, but please trust your feelings. Please trust your intuition, and everything will be so clear for you.
I'm so glad that I asked that question in that way, because I don't know why I was so unclear, but I love what the part of the question that you responded to, and I love that for sure. And thank you. And in terms of extraterrestrials, the ones that we're having connections with, and the ones that we hold or we sit on councils with. Could you, any
They
messages?
are so supporting of your work in many different levels. They are watching you. They also have connection with you, but you choose not to remember. And one day you will not have that hinder for yourself with that connection. But Lars and you have been and are in many different community, we can say, or you can call it that you have different mission on that different
on different levels.
Yes.
You say communities. I was going to say councils. When councils are a group of people coming together to present something or with a like-minded intent. Communities.
Councils is also a word for the same thing, but council get sometimes the feeling that you are the one that are in charge.
Oh, totally understood. But yeah, that's not my. I was thinking it was people coming together.
Community.
Okay, community. Very good.
Yeah.
Better.
It's better description of what you are, because you are there, because you have this knowledge, and when you're there, you have total access to the knowledge, and you do so good work together with so many other beings from different parts, from different frequency, or from a very high frequency down to a rather low frequency, but not under your own frequency, which is not possible. That will be open for you to see, but not to have any impact on for the moment.
I noticed that already. I won't even ask.
You are so much aware of so much, but you are not remembering it. But it will come to you. We can promise that your eyes, the veil will be taken away from your eyes, and you're doing that yourself.
Very good. So.
And the ETs you asked about, what was the question of the ETs? They are there with you. We all are.
Well, there's. I always try and relate to what's going on in our community, in our physical community of the people who are drawn to this type of information and who have question of it. So I like to include them all. You probably understand that about me. And so when I ask the particular ETs that I'm having connections with, he mentioned the other day a tall, I think he said if they were white, a tall white, and he was mentioning their skin. And then I've heard of the tall light beings that are on ship, and those are, I guess, dimensional or whatever. I was just trying to figure out, is there any, of course here we always ask for names and labels and that type of thing. What are you say Pleiades, and so what are the ones, say just with Hank at first, that I'm connected to, or that, and I'll just say we have ones called Arcturians and Palladians and Lyrans, and I know you're
many of that light beings that you can call tall white. They are not white in the way of a color. They are perceived white because of the frequency they send out.
That's right. Very good.
They are all over this galaxy for the moment, and many are on the Andromeda area. Many of them are where you are, but you are not always able to to see them because they have to lower their frequency for you to perceive them as physical.
I understand that, and the reason why I'm asking is because Lars said that he had a meditation and that one came forward with a message for me to meet them this evening, and I wasn't able to get a black crystal, but I do have my motivite. Who is this? I'm just who and what is the connection?
They want to connect to you to make you feel easy in your soul, and they will try to make connection to you, and you can call the being you're connecting to, you can call her Maya.
Very good.
She will present herself for you if it's possible.
Is she the same one that presented herself to Lars?
She's a part of that being.
Another aspect.
Yes. That's right.
What's her origins? I know from Source, but before Source, deeper into the illusion. Is she from the Pleiades? Is she?
She is not from this universe.
Oh, very good. And how do
She
I?
is a combined energy from many different places that are able to manifest in any way she wants. She's a very, very knowledge being with very, very close connection to the source.
And how do I have connection with beings like that?
You have asked for it.
Very good.
And you're working together for the same goal that you set out to reach, and you decided to descend to this reality.
Am I from that high frequency, focusing from that high frequency bandwidth?
Yes, you are, and you have spent many lifetimes, so to say, with her earlier, many different many different manifestations. You have been on a water planet together. You have been on a planet with black pyramids. You have been in very many different places together under for you, very long time.
The planet with the black pyramids, is that the place where we're all where a group of us are bilocating from that expression?
There's a place where you was sending from, where you transported from to different places, to different tasks. It's we can call it a portal to different frequency and different realities.
So we're all multidimensional, and does every one have a higher aspects that they're connected to, of course, that are connecting to Source as well, of course, right?
Sure, of course. Everyone is.
Very good.
And have always been, and will forever be. There is no start, there is no end. It's only now.
What do you, once we make our connection, things will change?
You will be more able to perceive what is presented for you and has been presented for you so many times. You have perceivers as orbs in your home, you have perceivers as energy flowing through your body, you have perceivers when we send our love to you, and you have perceivers in your higher self. And everyone is able to do this if they really want to remember how to do it. And that is a part of the teaching that you and your friend in Sweden are putting forward for these surroundings around you that are so blind for what's going on. And so many, you have already awakened so many people. And it will, as we said before, spread like rings on the water.
This message have to do with the 11? 11 is an expression of different laws that are in effect in different realities. We can say that there are law for the universe and there are law for the soul. But the most and first important thing that you need to know is that do no harm. That's the most important law of everything. Very good. I'm not too rough on my students when I hear you say that in my classroom, am I?
You're doing exactly what you need to do.
No, very good.
And you are also very much aware of what you need to do. And therefore you can do no harm.
Very good.
We're talking of harm in a conscious way that you are aware of. The harm you can bring forward, when you're not aware of it, you cannot be responsible for the moment. But when you are aware of what you're doing and still do harm to anything or anyone, then you also hurt yourself in exactly the same way you put forward this harm to the other energy and beings you meet.
It's going to come back to you because it is only you.
Always do, because we are all one.
One, exactly. Very good. Very good. How is Lars doing with his communication?
We can bring him here if you want. He's getting healed because he has some problem.
Is it possible that, will you please go ahead and bathe his physical body as well as his spirit and his mental spirit with light to help balance out?
There is many different energy working with him now, and they're doing well.
Very good.
But because this vibration is very high for him, it also is a hard work sometimes to bring this forward, because if you try to put much energy into a little container, it will be hard.
Understood.